Good morning, children. Children, I welcome you to this session of English literature. And today we will be dealing with the notes of the story, short story, The Little Match Girl. Right? Now, this story, The Little Match Girl, was initially named The Little Girl, but its name got changed into The Little Match Girl. Now, this story is a very sadistic kind of story. It tells about the plight of a little girl, a young girl belonging to a very poor kind of family, and to add to her woes, her father was a drunkard, right, who just needed money for his drinks, and he used to pay no attention to the welfare of the girl, right? So what all the little match girl did to earn some money, how she was forced to send out in a cold Christmas evening. And then, see, Christmas is meant to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ, and we all know Jesus Christ loved the children a lot. But here there was a child who was roaming on the street in a cold winter evening with matchsticks, and nobody was paying any heed to her. So here some elements of irony is there. On one hand, you are celebrating the birth of somebody who had once said that I love those who love the children. And on the other hand, everybody is looking at the plight of this young girl who was barely dressed, and she had some sort of slippers on her feet which were good for nothing, which were not capable enough to protect her from the cold. And match is a very small thing. It's not does not cost a lot. And but see the kind of people, the kind of stone-hearted people who were there, who they were not even willing to purchase even that. Just even so, suppose they had intention of helping her on the Christmas day, then they could have purchased two match sticks, two match boxes, three match boxes. It hardly costs much, but that would have ensured a good Christmas evening for the little match girl. On the other hand, her relationship with her grandmother is also being reflected in this story. She was very close to her, but when her grandmother departed, she was shell shocked and eager to go there. And ultimately, the Almighty ends all her plight in a very sadistic way. That on this day, on this evening of Christmas, when everybody is celebrating it, she peeps from the windows of people to see all kinds of foods being served. She herself is starved, she's too hungry, and then God gives this little girl the ultimate respite from all the troubles by taking her life, and that too in the best possible way by sending her grandmother, and who takes the soul of the little girl along with her. So ultimately, her soul got a great Christmas gift, but at the cost of the death of this little magical. So a very sadistic story it is, and there are some question and answers here which we will be dealing. See, the first one reference to the, it is obviously reference to the context. What did the little girl do to escape the cold? The little match girl tucked her little uh, legs onto her. She huddled down uh, in a heap in a can formed by two houses to avoid direct winds to escape the cold. Right. So this is what this little girl did. Now what are the key words here? See, it tucked her little clothes, huddled down in a heap, and this she did to avoid the direct winds. Okay, now let us move to the next one. Why was she scared of her father? Now this question is of two types. Now children, you are in 10th, and you would have seen in that in paper of ninth you get questions of 3 marks and then one question of 4 marks. So we should minimum try to find out three quality points, three solid points in each and every answer. That could give you full marks, right? See this one. Why was she scared of her father? This is one question. When would her father beat her? This is the other question. Now, once again, I'm reiterating that the answers given here are not the you cannot say that they are the best or they are the full answers, they are the complete, but they are good enough to direct you as to what should be the content of your answer, right? Because see, we have a limitation of lines here, but when you are writing in your exam copies, there is no limitation. So you need to elaborate upon these points which are given in these answers to get good marks. Now see, since the little girl has not sold even a single penny the whole day, she was sure that her father would beat her up for this. Right? Now see here, she was scared because she had not sold even a single penny, and her father would beat her when she would not be able to bring any money home. Right? Okay, so both the points were there. She was could not sold. It's the yellow. However, the large cracks in the roof of the little girl are stuffed with. The largest cracks in the roofs of the little girl house were stuffed with structures with, and rags, right, to prevent the cold wind to enter the house. What did the little girl do to warm her fingers? Now see here. Now one word is missing here, so you can add girl here. The little girl could not tolerate the bitter cold. Now the first point is she was not able to tolerate, right? So that numbed her thin hands and fingers. Now, firstly, she was not able to tolerate that numbed her thin hands and fingers, and she decided to strike the matchstick from the packet. Right. So what she did was she struck the matchsticks from her pocket to keep her warm. Now, what did the fire produced by lighting a matchstick give out? The fire it gave out a warm, bright flame. First point, like a tiny candle which a little girl held in her hand. So it was, now here you can elaborate upon, because this this flame, it gave her warmth and kept her alive, right? So these things you could have added, you can add in your answer, right? You can add these things in your answer. Okay, and this is how you need to elaborate upon your answers, right? So I stop here because it's very simple. See, next passage is also there. It's very, very simple. And I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did in making it. And until we meet again, it's a goodbye.